It's Ricky Moshville Times here once again, and also
Sean from Moshville Times.
Excellent, and yet again we find ourselves in Ivory Blacks for Daredevil Winterfest. It's been one hell of a day, and we have who do we have actually? Who's here?
Joe Kelly.
Joe Kelly, aye. Gary Ross.
Smiling politely.
Just some guys who tried to map the street, you know.
No, it's what a set that you guys played. Absolutely brilliant. It's just been a great day overall. So how's the performance for you guys? How's the crowd reaction for you guys?
I could only see the first three rows. The first three rows looked like they were enjoying it, but
I stepped over at the monitors just to see what was going on, and it looked pretty. It was going off. So yeah, I was like getting right into it, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, the worry was, 8 o'clock playing in Scotland when bands have been on since 1:20 in the afternoon. We're like, oh god, is anyone going to be alive by that point?
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, everyone went for it, and
maybe caught them in the sweet spot of being drunk but not falling asleep and apparently their own sick.
Good stuff. I mean, I've been on that stage as well, but you can't see anything because of the lights and things, but I can tell you had a very, very good response here, so well played to you guys. But I noticed that you didn't play any new songs. So you released Conscripted Morality in April 22, I think?
Yep.
So 23, sorry. What have you guys been up to since then?
Well, writing an album pretty much. Getting all that done. So we've got some songs. We toyed with the idea of it, but because we're so far apart, we couldn't all practice together, and we had a go at it, and we decided it wasn't quite there.
All the songs still need worked out in the room.
They're like demoed and that, but we were like playing one live tonight. We had a go at it, and we were like, nah, it was not.
Was it Joe's solo?
No, I don't know how many solos are in the songs.
So the next gig in Glasgow's with Mastiff, so I think we're going to try and play one of the new ones at the next gig. So
yeah,
I think there's like half an idea that this might be a single that'll come out before the album, just so we've got something else out, because there could be a delay. If you're putting it out on vinyl or CD, it could be 6 months. Yeah. No one's agreed to put it out or anything like that yet. So
do you know where you're going to send that single yet? Do you know where you're going to send it for release?
We don't know, but
I know exactly where you're going to send it.
For that,
on the radio.
I meant labels, but for the radio, we know where we're going to send it.
So is this just another wee single that's following the like a redux before the next full-on album?
Kinda. We feel like the stuff that was written feels like an album, but this feels like it doesn't belong on that album. It's completely different.
Maybe Virgin being catchy.
Yeah.
It sounds like a single.
It's
sounds like
it's
possibly.
Wow. Is it going to get played on Radio 1, lads?
we'll never know. It's not like a Killswitch Engage song. It's not like we're going to have this clean singing, but it's maybe slightly catchier than.
So if you were to look at what you're writing just now for the album and Conscripted Morality, then what would be the subtle differences? How have you changed your sound a wee bit, do you think?
I think it's more about more. More, just like better, more of it.
I think when you've got a longer running time as well, you still want to kind of be concise. So some of the songs, it's like they're more verse, chorus, verse, but then other ones you can go over the top and use an extra couple of minutes to do different things. But it'll be diverse. It'll be slow songs. It'll be fast songs.
Yeah, there's things that didn't quite make it. We want it to be more of like a journey for the whole album rather than a few songs thrown together. Yeah. So there's some songs that work as a whole that we want to get to be on an album.
So they all brand new songs, or have you revisited riffs that you maybe wrote 4 years ago or something like that?
Some of the riffs and the songs were demoed before Conscripted Morality, but it's just because I've sit in the house and make demos.
Yeah.
But it's only been in the last few months that we've been kind of putting lyrics to them and overdubs to them, and maybe cutting out a bit here or there. But they'll be ironed out again in a practice room before they get.
So do you think anybody's kind of pushed themselves more than they usually do with the new album and stuff like that? Do you think somebody's like raised their game, or do you think it's still 100% a band effort, or is there like maybe Joel, he's taking more onus of it, or is he taking a wee bit of backseat and Peyton's come in, or what do you think? What do you think's made it?
I think it's a lot of the same as it's always been, but we've sort of been more refining it as we go. Yeah. So there's stuff that you know, we don't need to iron out as much anymore. There's stuff that would probably get rejected straight away because we're all comfortable enough now to go, you know what, that's not happening, or that's a good one, let's spend more time. And obviously we've now got, you know, the new drummer as well, so he's got his own ideas and playing off of that and seeing how that fits into the songwriting. So.
And with his musical background, does that mean that's going to be more blast beats in Penny Coffin?
I think every single release will be getting more and more blast beats. I think this one's going to be exactly the same. There'll still be slow stuff on it, but
he's not scared to not blast beat. And he's not like, I need to blast beat all the time, blah blah blah. He plays for the song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if it needs it, he's like, I've got it. Yeah. But it doesn't. It's not forced. It's so. Yeah.
The thing with the songs for me is I want more vocals. Not necessarily big choruses, but you know how like the Ramones have got like they'll repeat the same phrase like Blitzkrieg Bop a million times in a song. Well, I'm not saying we'll do exactly like that, but just fucking some phrase that kind of comes back and repeats and is used as a hook. I think it's like not in every other song we've got. I haven't done that, but like made that kind of conscious effort to be like, no, we need the vocals
have
to have that.
A super catchy chorus at some point.
But even like some industrial vibes with it, although it's not an industrial thing where it's like almost hypnotic. You're just going through a repetition to like dance music almost, but it's not like that. But you know how that just repeats and repeats.
Don't
like
that dance music.
I mean, sometimes all you need to do is just take a classic heavy riff though, and then just on like every second beat out of your 4/4, smack a steel bin, and there you go. It works.
I think there'll be plenty of time for that.
The other thing is,
or shake your cutlery drawer, and it sounds surprisingly apocalyptic.
It's the fear of doing the easy thing as well. It's like, is this, you know, because is this as or whatever, because it's like an easy thing if you like, but you know, I like it, I'm pushing for it, and then Joe and Daniel are a bit like, oh, is it? And I'm like, I like it.
It's just maybe a little bit. It's not. I wouldn't say it's a departure. It still sounds like the same band, but in terms of like, you're actually. There's concentrated hooks in it. I'm building this up quite a lot now, actually.
I mean, just going along with the same subject, though. I mean, like looking at your previous interviews and stuff, Penny Coffin have kind of said that there's a lot more that you kind of bring into the fold besides just your straight up death metal. So could we just see, as time goes on, there's just going to be this. Oh, interruption. Is that right? I'll just give it a minute. I'll just be 20 seconds. It's alright, mate.
You just wanted in on this, didn't you?
So Penny Coffin featuring the Ice Guy. Hey!
Well, I would say
there's
something that we've all, like the main mission statement almost, if you like, of the band was we're not going to pigeonhole ourselves into any genre or anything like that. So there's
cookie cutter.
Old school.
I'm not going to slag any bands, but there's loads and loads of old school death metal bands now.
And there's loads of great ones.
Loads of them are amazing, but there's some kind of.
You're just like
things that I see is like that it could become stale.
So,
eventually people will be like that.
I've
heard that.
You're just feeling like I could listen to that, or I could just put on Cause of Death.
And our music tastes are so eclectic and varied that we want to get anything goes, and it's like the main thing for Penny Coffin is when we all hear something, we all know if it is or isn't as. You know what I mean?
Aye.
Now, the last question for you is, we've got the two guitarists of Penny Coffin singing. So when are you going to start bringing some vocals to the table?
I think that's Is that going to go get a third mic?
Is that going to be Penny Coffin's clean vocals era when you come in? The voice of an angel?
No. There's talk of it. I think it might happen, but
the only reason I say that is because there's been so many bands that have been on today. The drummers are singing. Cremulation and
Luke
I was a guitar player before I was in this band, and I wasn't really a bass player at all, but I was gifted a bass by my sister's man. I used to be in a band with him years ago, so that they contacted another band of mine looking for a bass player, but they weren't really interested because they weren't into that kind of music, and I listened to it and I was like, like that. I was like, that's amazing. Fuck it, I'm gonna learn how to play the bass. I'm gonna buy bass gear. Fuck it, I'm being in this band. So it's been quite a transition for me figuring out not be a guitar player that plays bass, to actually be a supporting member as a bass player. And I can sort of sing and do stuff. If I was playing guitar, I could probably sing easy, but the bass, it's weird, it's different. So I think it's going to happen.
Right,
He's-
cool.
He's pushing for
There'll
it.
be, I think there's certain times when you need maybe a third vocal, especially when I'm talking about getting hooks
What
or
big
kind of gang
harmonies,
vocal
massive,
styles and
and-
stuff
Yeah.
like that.
No, I look forward to seeing that. So you've got Mastiff. Do you have
Yeah.
any other gigs in the pipeline, or are you going to? Is
going to
Mastiff going to
London.
be the last
Going
one?
to
and
London
then,
in May,
London in
playing
May.
Acropolis, it's a festival that Michael puts on. Is in Vacuous.
Yeah.
Oh, what a band that is as well.
Hyperdontia.
Hyperdontia and Snet are playing.
Yeah.
That's what
We've got other offers that have not totally
I mean, we've got
confirmed yet, but
kids
Yeah.
and lives and stuff, so it's hard for us to like all get together to do it. So unfortunately, we turn down more gigs than we play, but it's the way
we'll
of
still
life.
play a good
Yeah.
handful.
Good
Hopefully
handful.
we'll be able to get down and play England and that again.
Good.
On the